we will talk today about social network, function, varieties, and trends. And we will begin with the SMM manager as a professional users of social networks. Also, we will talk about types of social networks, basic functionality, audience of social networks, users, main triggers, and trends of social networks. And as we talk about this question, we need to say that about 60% of the global population use networks. And among them, the most popular is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, now X, WhatsApp, Telegram, and LinkedIn. It is natural that such popularity of social networks in the world contribute to the emergence of a new professional field, among which there is a need for marketing specialists in social networks. The main activity of SMM manager is not to putting hashtag under post or choosing images to react to selfies as it might seem to some. SMM specialists work with analytics, budget, and advertising tools of major social networks and messengers. What are the main tasks of a social media marketer? SMM manager create all and fill a brand page in social networks. At the same time, they analyze the existing SMM strategy or independently choose strategic direction for promoting the brand in social networks in view of goals, competitors, and target audience. SMM manager create content. Monitor trends, fill page with relevant diverse information in order to achieve the set goals as much as possible and maintain a high rate of audience engagement. Cooperation with colleagues. In the process of producing creative content, SMM manager can interact with photographers, videographers, designers, and independently generate content using a smartphone and useful application. Communication with target audience. SMM manager conduct a constant dialogue with the page subscribers, processing audience request and provide feedback. Delegation of duties. If there are many requests or they are based on the technical aspects of the product range service, dialogue management can be delegated to other team members. Sales managers, call central employees or community manager who will answer all requests on social networks. In this case, the function of SMM is to analyze communication according to the main performance metrics, generate reports, and based on them, adjust the promotion strategy. Brand promotion. A social media manager by default understands the methods of promotion, targeting, work with bloggers, competitive mechanics, such such competentions make it possible to successfully delegate promotion responsibilities, monitor the work of a target specialist, or launch advertising messenger independently. But it should be remembered that the social networks are not only platforms where promotion are posted. It is not a place with only advertising content. People go there not to buy something, but to relax. And they want to see relevant content here. This content should be interesting, entertaining, and useful, but on your topic. This is the key to success in social networks. Arouse interest, teach users to be interested in your product. Teach people how to use your product before they buy it. Think about it. Learn to use. Consume thoroughly, prepare for consultation and purchases. You immediately attract people to buy from you. The next aspect is to be original. We already learned to see plagiarism by looking at social networks, a sense of déjà vu from viewing similar content. And our brain has learned to filter. That's how we saw it, we miss it. We saw it, we miss it. And all the content that you take somewhere from other social networks, from other page of other people, usually people have already seen it and will simply ignore it. In social networks, there is such a concept as audience coverage. If your account has a low coverage, then you have 100 people subscribed to you, for example, and only 2-3 people will see it. And what effect coverage interest? If a person scrolls through you and does not look, your coverage will drop. If a person reads your post, your coverage will grow. Always remember this. So you are convinced that the work of an SMM manager is incredibly interesting, because it is based on many aspects affect performance. This professional field requires some constant updating of knowledge, analyzing of trends, and understanding of technical tools of social networks. At the same time, as professional user of social networks, SMM specialists get a wide range of opportunity, namely to work with various fields and niches, not to be tied to a specific location, to monetize their knowledge, and to choose from a wide range of places for employment. Type of social networks based basic functionality. our second question. Some statistical information about the global position of social networks. We must not forget that now there are about 5 billion social media users. Very big number. This is about 60% of the global population. If we say about Ukraine, so we know that 77% of Ukrainian people now use social networks. And so big number depends on the situation in Ukraine. A lot of people want to know news and they need social networks that to know fresh news at all times. So with the beginning of the war, this percentage grow more. And in the world, about 60% of the global population use social networks. There were 150 million new social media users between April 2022 and 2023, a 3% increase year over year. If we break those numbers down, it equals approximately 410,000 new social users every day, and about 5 every second. People use an average of 6.6 different social networks each month. The average time spent on social media daily is 2 hours and 24 minutes. If we add it all together, the world collective spent 11 billion hours on social media platforms daily. TikTok is the most popular social platform in terms of time spent. On average, global users with an Android device spend 31 hours and 32 minutes on TikTok monthly. As of April 2023, the top most used social media platforms ranked by global active users were Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Instagram, and WeChat. In terms of usage, social media is most popular with users between the age of 18 and 29. 27% of internet users aged 16 to 64 discover brands, products, and service via ads on social media. So about 30%. 72.8% of internet users use social media for brand research. The average click-through rate, CTR, for social media ads was 1.2 in first quarter of 2023, down from 1.4% in the previous quarter. The social media advertising market is projected to reach $27 billion in ad spending in 2023. Very big money. 43% of organization plan to increase their social media budget in 2023. On average, 32% of the total marketing budget will be invested in social media this year. With the help of this information, we understand how many people use social media now, and how important to understand that now brands cannot work without social media. These platforms give an opportunity to business to give a lot of information for customers, and with not only advertisement but also information about themselves, and this information help them in the process of selling, and in the process of communication with their customers. And we need to talk closely to the social media platforms, and let's analyze each platform according to several characteristics. What is its target audience? Does it offer tools useful for SMM? And what should be promoted here? And we start with Instagram. Why we start with the Instagram? Because this social platform, media platform, give an opportunity to business to present photo and video of their work, and to give an opportunity to buy products. These social networks have now a good position between another, and in this social network more easy to say. The core of the audience is made up of users age 18 to 24 and 25 till 34 years old. And in the world, there are more than 2 billion people who use these social media networks. Here we see the in the graphic how many people use Instagram, and we see that these two group is the most big, but 35 to 44 also very big, and we can say that in these social networks the presentation of brands have a very good activity now, and people buy from Instagram and buy quickly and easy. Recently, we have observed the so-called growing up of the target. That is why Instagram is becoming a fairly universal social networks for promoting brands. The peculiarity of these networks is visual content: photos, pictures, videos. The target audience reads little here, and the main role is played by visualization. Next one, we need to say that in Instagram, the level of competition is high now, which indicated the incredibly popularity of the network, but also requires additional efforts for promotion. What do I mean? First of all, this is the creation of current trending content and the use of targeting. We will talk about this later. And also cooperation with bloggers. Regarding the last aspect, the ability to promote brands through bloggers page is an advantage of Instagram because this tool is very effective. Instagram has a fairly wide functionality of the page, namely a field of describing your activity, 5 main links detailing the brand, safe stories, so-called highlights, which can be grouped by topic, a field of publication on which you can post photos, videos, also called carousels, publication with a selection of up to 10 photos and videos in one post. In addition, we have the functionality of Reels, a platform for short video content. Also, incredibly popular is the functional stories format of live posting, available for 24 hours in a day and equipped with the additional interactive button for polls, voice, and questions. There is an option for live broadcast and direct personal communication. Effective promote fashion retail brands, cosmetic, multi-age consumer service, niche products for young audience, need programs, and personal brands through Instagram. Facebook. We need also say that this is the good area for women because women buy in Instagram more than men, and they of course look for new brands for cosmetic, and this sphere is very good developed in Instagram. Also, educational programs, they work very good in Instagram. So now we talk about Facebook. Next, social networks, which now about 3 billion people in the world use Facebook, but the users between 25 and 34. So we see that the percentage of these people bigger than another group, but in second is 35 till 44, and next one 18 24. We can see that also another group are also very big in Facebook. So this network is very popular and in any age. So universal social network that can use for presentation a product for all generation. And you need to know that Facebook is the most popular social network in the world. Unlike Instagram, informational and news content prevails here. On Facebook, users read more and are ready to perceive information more deeply. It's a trust social networks. The main difference between um, the main difference of Facebook is the audience, as we say, very universal social networks. In view of this, the channel is used for marketing by many service companies, expensive product and large-scale brands, for example, in the field of real estate. Facebook has very developed advertising tools and a wide range of functionality for setting up target advertising campaigns, namely promoting pages to get new subscribers, traffic to third-party sites, lead generation to obtain contact data on the target audience, and much more. Instagram and Facebook, these social networks that go hand in hand together. We must remember that if your strength is text, if you write stylish, interesting text, then you should definitely start with Facebook. On Facebook, it is easy to promote through a person's page, not because of the company's brand. The reach is much higher for a person's personal page. Example, you publish the same post on a personal page and on brand page. And there are you have 1,000 subscribers in personal page and in brand page. A personal page will have 100 viewers and brand page have 1-2 views. The reach is much higher for a person's personal page. Instagram, if you strength in visual content, photos, product, if you have an interesting product, take pictures of the product, different angles of the product, or how you provide the service, then Instagram is for you. People really like stories with the process of work, stories about new client, and for example, this is a very good variant for hairdressers and give an opportunity to present how look the client before and after their service. In Instagram, you can open a personal page as well as a company page, and the coverage will be the same. It is very convenient to publish the reviews and stories of your customers on Instagram. Everything that makes your business interesting. Facebook is more about thoughtfulness and learning. Instagram is about interest. And next, social networks is YouTube. About 2.7 billion people in the world use YouTube, and the age of the audience, the main audience, is between 25 and 34. Also very big is the group 35 44 and 80 24 also, but we see that another group also have a good percentage in YouTube. Therefore, if your strong point is expert, interesting educational video, we highly recommended shooting videos up to 10 minutes long and uploading them there. What is the peculiarity of YouTube in that it is very difficult to grow. At the same time, it is easy to monetize and get customers from there. You can have 1,000 YouTube subscribers for a year, but out of those 1,000 followers, you might have 500 customers. People subscribe to YouTube if they are very interesting in your field. We recommended that you research the search queries first before starting your research on YouTube. Go to YouTube, enter something in the search page, and it gives a recommendation. See what people are searching for on YouTube, so that it does not happen that you have created a video and no one is looking for it. And regularity is the most important thing on YouTube. It was set 2 times a week, which means that videos must be realized 2 times a week. If you start to deviate from the regularity, YouTube starts to show you less and less. So you need this post all time to time posting in YouTube that to have a good position in your sphere. The most growing popularity between social networks in the world have TikTok. And today it is no longer just a children's platform for dancing and music, but a separate, effective channel for communication and brands and promotion. The core of users is 18 to 24, and 1.7 billion people in the world use these social networks. As we see that also a big percentage now they have a group 25 till 34, and so we also see that new group have grown in this social network. TikTok is dominated by entertaining and useful video content of short format up to 1 minute, as well as popular educational and social materials. In these networks, you can get high organic rate, that is a free distribution of content by the social network itself. First of all, trendiness, timeliness, and situationality work here. To successfully run TikTok, it is important to navigate trend, watch popular videos and adapt them to your topic. Use popular music, experiments with format, and systematically post video. Unlike YouTube, TikTok is much easier to grow and much harder to monetize. There are companions that enter TikTok and in 1 month already have 500,000 subscribers, and at the same time, not a single buyers. Because people subscribe to TikTok very intensively and quickly and buy from there very rarely. Second part, video content, YouTube and TikTok. The type of content is different. On YouTube, the content is more thoughtful, informative, and interesting. TikTok has entertaining content. In TikTok, situational marketing works well, responding to trends. Here is something that has become known in the world. A comedy video is being shot for it. It is necessary to get into a stream of a certain situation, hype, a certain news. Next category, Telegram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Pinterest. And we'll begin with Telegram. Telegram is one of the popular modern messenger. Core users 1834. This networks is often used by brands to communicate with their existing customer base. As a tool, it works successful for publishing unique offers, discounts, and selections. This is for publishing unique, this is a format of club content by subscription, relevant for an audience that is already familiar with the product of a certain brand. Channel promotion targeting is not available here. Instead, you can use cross-posting, posting information about your channel on another channel with an similar audience. The next one is LinkedIn. As you see in the world, it's more popular as Telegram. And the core audience of LinkedIn is 25 to 40 years old. This network is already used by more than about 1 billion people. For corporate B2B, this is the most popular social network. We emphasize not just B2B, but corporate B2B. The LinkedIn must have. Make connection there. Post some professional information about yourself. So this social network is used for networking, finding employers, establishing business connection, and going interaction. Professional content prevails here. News, achievement plans. LinkedIn offers paid promotion service targeting as well as quite popular newsletter. Next one is Twitter, now X. Twitter X has a very cool advantage. This network's already used by more than 1 billion people in the age of 25 to 46 years old. What is the advantage of this social network? This advantage is indirect. Twitter is the fastest indexing site in the world. What is it about? When you post some news on your main site, Google will scan this news after a certain time. Depending on how often your site is updated. It can be tomorrow, a day later, a month later, and accordingly, with this page will not be included in the search result immediately. Twitter, Google crawls every second, and a tweet with a link to a new page on your site will speed up the indexing of the page. Therefore, Twitter is needed at least in order to tweet the promotion news that you publish on your site, this link, and speed up indexing in Google. As for Pinterest, it uses 4,465 million people in the world in the age of 18 till 34 years. Try typing top 10 vacation sports, top 10 TVs, top 10 gifts ideas, and you will see that there will be a lot of links to these social networks in such links. You can insert selection of photos of some place there. The advantage of Pinterest is that Google ranks it very high. And you can enter the top 10 ideas there. And you can put in some ideas from your site, some from other, or all of your own. Top rating the best ideas of what to visit in Odessa, for example. Advice for and after that, if you're tired, you can rest in our hotel, for example, and the link of your hotel. And this work very good. Advice for all networks. In no case, do not screw up the followers. These services are everywhere. Pay a small amount and you will have 1,000 followers. Never do that. Why? A real example. One company, upon entering YouTube, immediately got the first 1,000 subscribers. Then invested a lot of money in advertising, in promotion without a trick. The person grew, and YouTube got about 50,000 subscribers, and YouTube blocked the channel. For this 1,000 first one that was not want honestly. To prevent this from happening, we do not recommend cheating. It is very important to understand what screw up the followers. When I pay Google to advertising my video, it is not a scam. It's advertising. When we run a targeted advertising on Instagram, it is also not a scam. It's advertising. Fraud is when I pay some third party for who subscribe to some through fake account. And one more tip. Very often starting work in social network companies start to take on everything, register in all networks, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You don't need to take on all social networks at once. Start with one, but learn everything about these social networks and begin to work with this social network regularly. Regularity is the most important characteristic for each social network. Choose one. If you have strong video content, choose YouTube. If you have strong audio content, talk about something, develop podcast. If the visual content, so Instagram. Choose one and start planning. When this behavior become a habit, then go to another network. Remember, for successful work with social networks, you need to be aware of the difference in their audience and functionality when choosing the optimal platform for my marketing. I advise you to rely on both your own goals and the need of your target audience. Next, our question is about audience of social networking. And we look for this question and main triggers of this question. What we need to talk first? Let's talk about the features of users' audience in social networks and the main reason for using the most popular application. I offer a logical SMM exercise. The most active age group in social network is the audience from 24 to 30 years old. Instagram is the most popular social network, but users spend 11 hours there every month. On the other hand, are Facebook and TikTok, more than 90 hours. What does this information give SMM professionals? This testifies to the informativeness of Facebook and the desire of its users to delve into posts, as well as the relevance of fun videos content in TikTok. Considering the limited time that users spend on reading content on Instagram, it is necessary to optimize your messages as much as possible. Make them easy, clear, and relevant so that readers can understand what your post is about in just a few seconds. Social networks such as Facebook and Instagram are more often chosen by users to find information about brands or the service than to be fun. Instead, in 32 of responses, TikTok is used special for fun and recreation. So, what are the main reasons or trigger for using social media? According to the definition of the Cambridge Dictionary, a trigger is an event or situation that starts another action, reaction situation. This multi-meanings term, in addition or to psychology functions in modern medical science, marketing, cultural studies, linguistic, and so on. One of the first reason is the desire to be in contact with family and friends. If we talk about brand communication, then this trigger SMM can satisfy in different ways. Product viral interest content, offering friendly jokes within the framework of your positioning through active management dialogue, general communication with your audience, as well as UGC content, that is content for users who tag you in social networks while using your product or service. Our goal: to take a brand account in social networks more friendly and easy to mix marketing content with useful, interesting, and entertaining. Next one, the second reason for using social network is the need for users to search for useful content. 30% of users use social networks for this purpose. On a brand page, we can satisfy this need of the audience through the publication of trends, news, analytics, research, or other interesting material useful for subscribers of your page. The third reason for using social networks is the desire to share information and discuss. 23% of users use social networks to share their thought, share interesting news, and discuss the most relevant topic. How to work with these triggers on a brand page. Enable your audience to interact with you. Leave open questions. Publish reflection posts. Ask your audience what they think. Stimulate discussion on important topic, avoiding political and hot social issues. Actively communicate with your audience in comments and provide message, creating a sense of dialogue. The fourth and perhaps the most important reason for using social networks is the desire to have fun and relax. It is very important for SMMs to keep this trigger in mind. How to do this on your brand page? Maximize the integration of more relaxed, interesting, and relevant content. Publish content of an advertising nature that highlights your professional activities, mixing it with something simpler and easier so that users are always interested in following you. Remember, your audience comes to social networks to relax and connect. So give them that opportunity and give them this opportunity on your platform. Use game mechanic content. Use game mechanic contest, question answers, charades, crosswords that actively engage users. Our main task within the framework of developing a brand SMM strategy is to think through various rubrics and publication formats in order to cover all the triggers and desires of the target audience as much as possible. Next one, our question is about trends of social networks. Let's try to predict which main trends will determine the content of social networks in the coming years, and how SMM professionals can stay in the flow of these trends. And the first important trend is the birth of a new concept that sounds like P2P, people to people. You have thoroughly already heard about B2B, business to business, um, and B2C format, business to um, our customers. And now a new concept is people to people, or another say equal to equal. It is about the maximum revitalization of communications, creating a feeling of dialogue between real people, presentation of brand personalities, showing the behind the scenes life of the company and the production process. 38 of social media users say they will be more loyal to a brand if its team is open. And 32% say it will inspire them to buy. 76% of respondents are sure that they will choose a brand over other if it is as human-centric, honest, and communicatively as possible. People like to buy from people. That's fact. Example, you choose a hairdresser through social networks and go to the page. You see, we are super, we are cool, we have 10 professionals who will make you a super hairstyle. And here you see a page with a photo of hairdresser. This is Anna. She is a master with 10 years of experience. She completed an internship in France and has experience in the most fashionable hairstyles in Europe. Where will you turn? Of course, to a person, because people choose people. Many owners simply do not want to show themselves. They are afraid of the camera. My advice is to step over yourself and show yourself off. Always step you over yourself. Expertise of the owner always based to the company. When the owner shares his experience and everyone around sees that he is the smartest, best experts in this field, this expertise is transferred to the company and people understand that this company will best meet my needs because the owner is so smart. In addition, it is much easy to create trust in one person than in a company. In order to inspire confidence in the company, you need to have amazing results to inspire confidence in a person. It is enough for him to say something reasonable and logical. So in this case, the option to independently develop a personal brand. Choose a person and make him the face of the brand. This could be one of your top employments who will be giving some information on behalf of company. This should be a very reliable person who will carry the value of your company in social networks. So based on data, SMM can develop separate content dedicate to the team, tell stories of employers, should leave a video of the work process, publish authors' comments of brand owners, attract customers, and publish content from the first person using the form of easy, friendly dialogue. The second important trend is the relevance of so-called fast food content. According to statistics, users spend about 2 seconds of time consuming one unit of content. In this way, competition among the content increase as much as possible. So our SMM goals is to create the most relevant, interesting, and the useful fast food. This content should be fast, tasty, and nutritious. Important. The principle of fast food is content is both about the rapid consumption of information and the rapid production of material. To this end, it is worth simplifying the content as much as possible. How to achieve this? For video content, to be sure to provide text subtitle. If text subtitles, if users will watch the video in a mute mode. For example, I look video often in this format, and this helped me to understand about what the video. For a long read, long text publication, place the announcement of the main word from this text directly on the picture. This can give an opportunity for people to understand interesting this information or not. And when it is interesting, the person is stop and look for this text more deeply. And when you have no such pictures with text directly, with this text directly, so this make this a long read. In this case, this long read covered not so many people. Do not burden the page with a lot of text at all. It is better to divide it into several posts. The next trend is social listening. This is an analysis of topics and events that are actively discussed by society. Scientific breakthrough, the weather, the release of the new, the release of a new iPhone, a victory at Eurovision, the embarrassment of a celebrity, a national holiday. How can SMM be on the way of situations and use relevant to a wide audience? To understand what information to understand what information users Google most often, analyze Google Trends. Subscription to the main news channel will help you stay up to date and understand global changes. Do you want to navigate current topic? Follow the trend of user posting in social networks. This will allow you to adapt situation to your specifics, producing relevant content that will reasonable with the mood and desire of your audience. Another trend is multi-platforms. As we say, When you only begin with the work in social network, you need to use only one social networks. But when you make this regularly, you can work with more and more and to cover more people. So multi-platform is a good trend. We already know that mm, um, SMM that for SMM, we need to choose social network based on the presence of the target audience and our goal. We advise to use multi-platforms, be active in various social networks with a potential target audience. How to achieve this? For example, you are clothing brand. Publish text post on Facebook about your activity, interesting news, or social initiatives. At the same time, on the Instagram, actively create visual content about the clothes themselves, individual models, and collection. And the format of videos, content about filming, fashion shows, or tailoring seems to have been especially great for TikTok. In this way, you will constantly remind the audience about yourself and create additional contact, which in general effectively affect the recognition of the brand and increases loyalty to it. According to expert forecast, customers' orientation in social networks will increase greatly this year and in the following years. HubSpot learned that 90% of users expect an immediately response from a brand to a service question, and 42 expect to receive a response within an hour. Therefore, in the framework of promoting brands in social networks, we should pay special attention to communication with the audience. Promptly respond to the request, work with positive and negative comments, provide advice on using your product or service. In order not to lose potential customers, you can, for example, set up an instant response on Instagram, develop a chatbot through the ManyChat application, or schedule time to independently process requests from the audience. Among the recent trends is the distribution of audio content, the so-called audio SMM. Facebook has already announced the creation of live audio rooms, and for voice discussion of current topics. Twitter has Twitter Space, thematically united group of people discuss current topic. We also expect a similar audio function on Instagram. Obviously, it's time to think about audio option for your brand content. Should interviews with your team members, online communication with your audience in a question and answer format, or maybe audio stories, storytelling of existing customers. All these can and should be used as audio content on your page. Another important trend is the economy of nostalgia. That is communication about topics that are understandable to everyone, about childhood, everyday life, or situation from everyday life. We integrate jokes, memes, and situation into the same topic. The modern users usually choose rationally and emotionally. That is why it is so important to establish an additional connection with the audience using light fan content. From experience, jokes, quotes, memes always show higher rate of audience engagement. In summary, we can say every year the reason of the sentiments of the info field and the adaptation of marketing to the needs, trends, and areas of internet of the audience gain more and more importance. However, today it is not necessary to prepare content in advance. It is more expedient to plan general topics. Let's pay more attention to the personalized image of the target audience. We actively communicate with subscribers, respond to the request of our audience, maintain an emotional connection between the brand and the users. Another tip: always explore new social platforms, experiment with the formats to minimize audience engagement. A prerequisite is your trend watching. So, trend watching activity aimed at monitoring new trends and brands. What is your audience interested in? What is share with friends? Why is he laughing? What saves? What music does he listen to? Such information can and should be used in the content of your brand, adapting it to the position of the product. So this is our information of our third lectures. Now we make a pause, and after that we start with our practical work. If you have a question, you're welcome